شخصيات وارثة الأثر. حلقات يقدمها لكم عبد الرحمن الرماوي من إذاعة سقيفة المواسم الإلكترونية. ولدت رفيف زيادة عام 1979 في لبنان لوالدين فلسطينيين الأصل. عاشت في تونس حيث بدأت بكتابة الشعر في عمر مبكر. قصدت جامعة نيويورك في تورنتو لاستكمال تعليمها الجامعي، وهي مقيمة في لندن الآن. مسيرتها الشعرية: في عام 2004 قدمت زيادة أول أداء لها في القصيدة الشعرية بعد تعرضها لاعتداء خلال مشاركتها في مظاهرة في الجامعة في عام 2009. أطلقت أول ألبوماتها هديل بدعم من مجلس أونتاريو للفنون. سافرت زيادة إلى العديد من الدول لعرض أدائها وتنظيم حلقات للشعر. في عام 2011 قامت بتقديم أداء لها مع الشاعر الفلسطيني الأمريكي رامي قنازع في لندن خلال جولته لنشر كتابه ظلم الشعر. في عام 2012 تم اختيار رفيف زيادة لتمثيل فلسطين في أولمبياد مركز شعراء الضفة الجنوبية في المملكة المتحدة. في صيف عام 2014 ساهمت زيادة برأي لها فيما يخص الحرب على غزة ومقاطعة بضائع الاحتلال الإسرائيلي وسحب الاستثمارات منها وفرض العقوبات عليها. وفي نوفمبر من عام 2014 قدمت زيادة أحد عروضها في حفل خيري لفلسطين بالتعاون مع فرقة الهيب هوب الفلسطينية دام برعاية مؤسسة مانشستر العمل لأجل فلسطين. ذاعت شهرة زيادة بقصيدتيها ظلال الغضب ونحن نعلم الحياة سيدي. أصبحت قصيدتها نحن نعلم الحياة سيدي إلهاما لمعرض صور فوتوغرافية أقيم في البرلمان الاسكتلندي، وقد تمت تسمية المعرض نحن نعلم الحياة طفولة تحت الاحتلال. أطلقت زيادة ألبومها هديل وأهدته للأطفال والشباب الفلسطيني قائلة إنها رسالة لهم بألا ينسوا أسماء قراهم التي هجروا منها، وأن يستمعوا إلى صوت هديل في سماء غزة. من مؤلفات الشاعرة رفيف زيادة: نحن نعلم الحياة سيدي، هديل، ظلال الغضب، فلسطين كما أعرفها، جواز السفر، إن كانت كلماتي، محطة مونتريال، تنفس، تسلسل زمني، حرب تحت الطلب. دعونا الآن نستمع إلى قصائد الشاعرة الفلسطينية رفيف زيادة. القصيدة الأولى بعنوان ظلال الغضب.
I wrote this poem when we were doing a direct action at my university, and there were Palestinian citizens and Israeli soldiers, and and I'm very petty about these things, so I said I will only be a Palestinian. I refuse to be a settler or a soldier. So I was lying on the ground, and this guy came and kicked me in the guts and said, "You deserve to be raped before you have your terrorist children." At the time I said nothing, but then I wrote this poem for this young gentleman. اسمحوا لي أن أتكلم بلساني العربي قبل أن يحتلوا لغتي أيضا. Allow me to speak my Arab tongue before they occupy my language as well. Allow me to speak my mother tongue before they colonize her memory as well. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. All my grandfather ever wanted to do was wake up at dawn and watch my grandmother kneel and pray in a village hidden between Jaffa and Haifa. My mother was born under an olive tree on a soil they say is no longer mine, but I will cross their barriers, their checkpoints, their damn apartheid walls, and return to my homeland. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. And did you hear my sister screaming yesterday as she gave birth at a checkpoint with Israeli soldiers looking between her legs for their next demographic threat? Called her baby girl Janine. And did you hear Amne Muna screaming behind their prison bars as they tear-gassed her cell? We are returning to Palestine. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. But you tell me this womb inside of me will only bring you your next terrorist. Beard-wearing, gun-waving, towel-head, sand nigger. You tell me I send my children out to die, but those are your copters, your F-16s in our skies. And let's talk about this terrorism business for a second. Wasn't it the CIA that killed Allende and Lumumba? And who trained Osama in the first place? My grandparents didn't run around like clowns with white capes and white hoods on their heads lynching black people. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. So who's that brown woman screaming in a demonstration? Sorry, should I not scream? I forgot to be your every Orientalist dream. Genie in a bottle, belly dancer, harem girl, soft-spoken Arab woman. Yes, master. No, master. Thank you for the peanut butter sandwiches raining down on us from your F-16s, master. Yes, my liberators are here to kill my children and call them collateral damage. I am an Arab woman of color, and we come in all shades of anger. So let me just tell you, this womb inside of me will only bring you your next rebel. She'll have a rock in one hand and a Palestinian flag in the other. I am an Arab woman of color. Beware, beware my anger.
أما الآن كونوا مع قصيدة فلسطين كما أعرفها.
This poem is called The Palestine I Know. It's about the Palestine I grew up with. The Palestine that taught me everything I know about Palestine, and it mainly came through women, and I think it's women who usually hold the story of their nation. And I think that's why it's very important in the arts to also always acknowledge women, especially as we mark big historical events. Gentlemen, please give us the space to also be able to remember and show solidarity. The Palestine I know. The Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass. The Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass, wear Armani suits and French cologne. The Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass, wear Armani suits and French cologne. She smells of sage and za'atar. She is warm like Deir Yassin. The Palestine I know taught me debke in a shelter in Beirut to the sound of bombs. She gathered the children and laughed. They're just making music for us. All these flames are just making music for us. She was a woman so big with love. She laughed out loud and stomped out loud and laughed out loud and stomped out loud. It's me making the building shake. It's just me making the building shake. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, children. Don't let them scare you. 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 The Palestine I know. The Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass. She held her daughters and waited for her husband on 66 days of hunger strikes and told the world his eyes are the most beautiful blue-green. I wish you could see them. I wish you could see them. The Palestine I know, the Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass. Matter of fact, she is stopped at every port, her skin inspected for signs of Nakba, and the deep scar across her body from head to toe. She slept on the cold cement of the Cairo airport with her 3 children around her, 9-month pregnant with the 4th, and with her eyes she told them, one day your Mubarak will fall. For every Palestinian that you have held in these dungeons, one day your Mubarak will fall. The Palestine I know does not have a VIP pass. She walks straight past settlers and soldiers with her head held up high, screaming, my olive tree needs me, my olive tree needs me. And she hugs that tree so tight, her hands become its branches. The Palestine I know does not care about a VIP pass. She does not negotiate the size of our prison. She does not negotiate the size of our prison. She breaks the walls. She does not dialogue across the bars. She does not dialogue across our prison bars. She breaks those bars and beats them to the rhythm of old slave songs, freedom. She breaks those bars and beats them to the rhythm of old slave songs, freedom. She beats those bars to the rhythm of old slave songs, freedom. 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 And if you stop and listen, if you stop and listen, you can hear her pacing across the shoreline from Haifa to Akka to Gaza. You can hear her pacing across the shoreline and waiting for every last one of her children to come home, the Palestine I know.
الآن مع قصيدة نحن نعلم الحياة سيدي.
I'll start with this poem. I wrote this poem when the bombs were dropping on Gaza, and I was the media spokesperson for the coalition, doing a lot of the organizing. And we had stayed up to about 6 o'clock in the morning, perfecting every soundbite. And by the end, if you're Palestinian, you know most Palestinians get tired and start pronouncing our P's as B's. So we become Palestinians by the end of the day. So I was practicing my P's all night. And the next morning, one of the journalists asked me, don't you think it would all be fine if you just stopped teaching your children to hate? I did not insult the person. I was very polite. But I wrote this poem as a response to these types of questions we Palestinians always get. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits, filled enough with statistics to counter measured response. And I perfected my English and I learned my UN resolutions. But still, he asked me, Ms. Ziyada, don't you think everything would be resolved if you would just stop teaching so much hatred to your children? Pause. I look inside of me for strength to be patient, but patience is not at the tip of my tongue as the bombs drop over Gaza. Patience has just escaped me. Pause. Smile. We teach life, sir. Rafif, remember to smile. Pause. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians teach life after they have occupied the last sky. We teach life after they have built their settlements and apartheid walls. After the last skies, we teach life, sir. But today, My body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits. And just give us a story, a human story. You see, this is not political. We just want to tell people about you and your people. So give us a human story. Don't mention that word apartheid and occupation. This is not political. You have to help me as a journalist to help you tell your story, which is not a political story. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. How about you give us a story of a woman in Gaza who needs medication? How about you? Do you have enough bone-broken limbs to cover the sun? Hand me over your dead and give me the list of their names in 1,200 word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits and move those that are desensitized to terrorist blood. But they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle over Gaza. So I give them UN resolutions and statistics, and we condemn and we deplore and we reject. And these are not two equal sides, occupier and occupied, and 100 dead, 200 dead, and 1,000 dead. And between that war crime and massacre, I vent out words and smile, not exotic. Smile, not terrorist. And I recount 100 dead, 200 dead, 1,000 dead. Is anyone out there? Will anyone listen? I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life the way I do. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre, and let me just tell you, there is nothing your UN resolutions have ever done about this. And no soundbite I come up with, no matter how good my English gets, no soundbite will bring them back to life. No soundbite will fix this. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir.
أرجو أن نكون قد وفقنا في هذه الحلقة من شخصيات وارفة الأثر، على أمل أن نلتقيكم في حلقة قادمة وشخصية وارفة أخرى. مني أنا عبد الرحمن الرماوي، أستودعكم الله وإلى اللقاء.